Hey guys, Shannon here from Shannon Billows Personal Training, and I'm just going to quickly take you through a summary of what your metabolic rate is made up mostly of. There seems to be a lot of confusion. People don't actually really know what the metabolic rate is, or what your metabolism actually is, and so how to gauge how many calories you should be eating based off that information. And what the processes of what your metabolism is. So basically metabolism is just a breakdown and building up of the cells in your body, okay? So the most metabolically demanding portion of your body are the things that keep you alive. So things like your organs, your heart, lungs, brain. If you were to take a cross-sectional tissue amount of your liver, compare it to a cross-sectional amount of muscle, the per square inch or per inch, let's say, your liver is going to be highly more metabolically active because it has to detox your body, it has to cleanse your blood as it goes through your liver, compared to muscles, which is obviously still is metabolically active. It's a contractive type of tissue, however nowhere near as much as your organs. So in terms of your lean body mass up, what it's made up of is your organs, your muscle and your bones, primarily 85% of that being your organs, or these are just rough estimates anyway. Moving down from there, you've got your muscles. So obviously muscles cover huge amounts of area over the course of your whole body. They help you stand up, move around, lift things, put things back down, get you from point A to point B so you can then forage for food and live and do what you need to do in your daily life. And then after that, you've got your bones, and to be honest, bones really don't weigh that much. They're only probably a couple of kilos in most people, and they really account for very little in terms of your metabolic rate. On top of that, I mean, you're going to have some contributing factors such as your daily activity, which will contribute to probably around somewhere from 200 to 800 calories a day, depending on how big you are, how much you weigh, whether or not you're male or female, those sorts of things. But in terms of your set caloric intake, or sorry, in terms of how much you're burning on average, these three factors here are pretty much going to make up your BMR. Okay, so your BMR is just how many calories you burn at rest whilst you do nothing at all. So if you were to go to sleep, wake up, stare at the ceiling all day for 17, 18 hours, let's say hypothetically, and then you were to go back to sleep again, the only processes taking place, your organs, your muscles and your bones basically staying active and alive to keep you running, and then on top of that, the only real extra calorie burn you get is by moving around, so going to work, coming home, if you're doing some training, all that sort of stuff. So your body's very smart. It wants to be very efficient at what it does from day-to-day activities. So adding huge amounts of muscle isn't really going to burn huge amounts of calories. It's pretty much set as a sort of a bare minimum, and then just daily movement on top of that is going to get you some extra calorie burn as well. So this is why calorie intake is has the biggest impact in terms of how much fat you lose. So as long as you're eating, say, somewhere close to your BMR or maybe just slightly above, you're pretty much setting yourself up for guaranteed fat loss. Okay, I hope that helps, guys. Thanks for watching.